Hey guys, I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller for PHINS Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Miami Sports Music Clock Blockers Morning Show. We're gonna try this again. Last time it was Tuesday, and I said this is my last show, and I was wrong, but we finally come to an end, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last show. Stephen will be back Monday. Man. Hopefully, I did a good job filling those shoes. Hopefully I haven't disappointed. Hopefully I've done a great job. We've had some great conversations, some great get up conversations in the morning. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Thank you all for your love. Thank you for your support. Definitely appreciate it. Like every morning, y'all just bear with me because I'm sharing the link. I want everybody to know that we're live. Just one moment and I'll be right back at it. Let me see here. All right, that is posted. There we go. Sports music. All right, awesome. We got it. We got that all situation. What's up, Chef Jew in the building? Estefan. See, Esteban want to show up on time 2 days in a row. But we've been doing this for almost like 9 days or something, and Esteban want to show up 2 days in a row on time like he done been on time all week. You ain't fooling nobody, Esteban. See, that's what you get for calling me out, talk about I'm going to be snoozing every morning, I'm going to be late. See, I was on time every single morning with the exception of when we had system issues with the login. But yeah, man, that was the second morning. And I still did a midday show for that one, all right? Fin Saturday, I see you in here. I text you. I said, wake up because you about to get it. I told you about them Clippers. We're going to get into that and so much more. Flipside Fishing in the house. What's up, homie? Bones, what's up, man? Bones or Bonez. I know you corrected me before about that, but man, see, there I go again. He said, we in this. Oh, man, that's what's up, homie. Fins Fan Pedal, Larry in the house. What's up, homie? Walk it like we talk it. Yes, y'all hit that like button, man. Show your love and support, man. Like I said, I appreciate everybody who's been here every morning showing love and support. I am TD over at TDPHINSTALK. If you don't know that, I have my own platform as well. If you want to hear additional Dolphins content, come over to TD Sports Talk. I've also just launched a sports network called TD Sports Network, which has 11 YouTube channels under it as of right now, and it's going to continue to grow. We have TD Sports Talk. We have TD Fans Talk. Let me see, where's my list? I ain't got it with me right now. It's in another room. But TD Fans Talk, TD Titans Talk, TD it's a lot of teams, man. TD Chargers Talk, TD Steelers Talk. It's a whole bunch. But if you want to check them out, make sure you go check them out. Just love football, sports, basketball, and all that good stuff. And I know there's been a lot of people who email me on TD Sports Network at gmail.com with interest in being a contributor. I just noticed those inquiries last night. I'm reaching back out to you guys. But if you do want to be a contributor, hit me up. See if we can figure something out and bring you on the team. All right. But again, let's get into sports news. I know this is Miami Sports Music Clock Blockers Morning Show, and we typically talk all things Miami Dolphins football, Miami Heat basketball, Marlins, all of the South Florida sports. But this is the slow season. It's not too much to talk about in regards to Miami sports right now, but there is NBA playoffs going on, and the Los Angeles Clippers went up against the Phoenix Suns last night. And excuse me, what did I tell y'all? When are y'all gonna start listening to me? When are y'all gonna start listening? What did I tell y'all was gonna happen? Where you at, Finsanity? Matter of fact, I ain't letting you off the hook like that. We gonna see if you run this morning. Yeah, we putting you on blast, Finsanity. We gonna see if you run this morning. I just dropped the link. Matter of fact, this is an open forum because it's the last day. We're gonna have some fun. So I dropped the link. If you want to join the stream, let's talk. Let's talk about some of these things. We could also talk about other things like Xavier Howard's situation, the guards that have been released and signed yesterday in the league. Should the Miami Dolphins be interested? Tell you up front, no. But we could talk about all of that. But go and get in here, Finsanity. Don't be hiding. Don't be, I got to brush my teeth. I can't. No, we don't want to hear it now. Where are all those people yesterday who were telling me, TD don't know no basketball, man? You think the Clippers are going to beat the Suns? Were you not watching the last 2 games that went down? Yeah, I was watching them. And what did I tell y'all yesterday? I said what the Clippers are doing. Before I even get started, I'm going to go ahead and bring Finsanity in here. Let me hear your excuse, Finsanity.
What are you talking about? It was a great game. From start to finish, very entertaining. So yeah, Clippers played a heck of a game. Suns in 5. I texted you that last night. Suns in 5. That's what we going with. Suns in 5, Suns in 6, Suns in 7.
Finsanity, I'm gonna make a confession in front of everyone. I love you, okay?
I love you too, bro.
I love you. But
brother.
listen, since I love you, I have to do what's right, even if it ruins our relationship, okay? I have to tell you, you gotta stop lying to yourself, baby girl. You gotta stop lying to yourself. If you lie to yourself, you lie to whoever. You don't even believe the Suns are gonna win in 5. You just saying that to stick to your guns. Did you not see not only that they lost, but how they lost last night?
Yeah, I watched the whole game. It was very interesting. I would say this. Terrence Mann showed up in the second half. He literally just started driving to the hole and putting everything in known to man, which I don't know how that happened. Devin Booker got into some early foul trouble, so he was sitting on the bench. He also wasn't even being productive from the beginning. Like his shot was definitely off. I don't know if it was the mask or his breathing or what's going on, but he'll make the necessary adjustments. They'll win Saturday.
Let me break.
And somebody said, yeah, Patrick Beverly had Booker on lock. Yeah, he was.
Thank you. See, she no. She wants to conveniently leave that out until somebody put it in the comment section.
I'm acknowledging Jabari's point. I mean, it's not like he wasn't getting his shots up. It's just that they weren't falling.
You knew that was the point. You just wanted to elect to brush over it until Jabari said it.
Chris Paul started off slow, shooting.
No, I don't want to hear. You know what? I don't want to hear none of it. Let me break down what happened last night. Because
Zubac showed up. Like, Zubac was giving Ayton and all them to work. Like, what do you want? They showed up.
No.
Luke Kennard came in, hit some threes. So that was good. That was good, valuable bench, play. When you can go out there and beat the Suns without having to play DeMarcus Cousins, that's and you only play Rondo, a Hall of Famer, an alleged Hall of Famer.
No, ain't no alleged.
For 8 minutes, that kind of shows you his value to the team.
Everybody has their series. Everybody has their series.
They're better off with Rondo on the bench. I think that's what we learned yesterday.
Rondo in the finals. Rondo in the finals.
They won't be there.
That's where he gonna be showing up. They won't be there. Here we go. You know what? You said the Nets will be in the finals.
You know what?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where they at? That's we're going to be in the finals. Yeah. Listen, it was an inch of a toe away. Don't do that.
Hear that.
It was an inch of a toe away. No one told KD to wear the KDs. He should have been wearing like the Iversons or something smaller. I don't know. That was different.
Let me break this down. Let me give you my true thoughts on last night. First of all, yesterday right here, Miami Sports Music Clock Blocker Show, I got a little heat yesterday, but I told everybody, I said that the Clippers should be more pumped now than they were in the last 2 series. I said in game 1, they were somewhat neck and neck. It was like a back and forth, and they were just trying to figure it out. I said game 2, you could see them figure it out a little, but they're still trying to feel it out. And it's about Devin Booker. They're going to end up feeling it out and figuring him out. And I said, based off of where they are now, the Dallas Mavericks and the Utah Jazz had a much more impressive game 1 and game 2 against the Los Angeles Clippers than Phoenix did. I said the Clippers should be way more excited now than they were the first 2 series. I said they are going to figure it out. And it ain't no Devin Booker isn't going to always be down like that. Yeah, I know he's going to get going a little more, but the clamps are on. Devin Booker ain't finna be this 40-point guy anymore. He can get it going all he want and grab his 30. See, they don't care about a Booker getting 30 because everybody else ain't going to kill him enough. See, Patrick Beverly, the adjustment Tyloo made is Patrick Beverly on Booker, pester him all night. Be all up in them, take away 6-7 seconds before they get across half court, then pass them a little for another 4 seconds. Do not let them start their offense until they have 13-12 seconds left in the clock. So then, did you notice the switching on pick and rolls in a lot of cases? Except when Patrick Beverly is on Booker, he rolls with them, but they trap harder. And then you see the backside help on Ayton. Do you see the backside help pulling up? Why do you think they were kicking out across court a lot for the open 3 guy, but the Clippers were closing? I told you that's exactly what was going to happen, and they were going to make that adjustment.
Hold up.
And
I just got to say one thing. Congratulations, Omar Castro, on your twins. May your wife have a very safe and easy labor. His wife is in labor now. He's been trying to get your attention. So I know you're a big, father guy, and you love the kids, you love the baby. So
hey, Genie, my wife is in labor, about to, man. Yes. Get in there like a soldier, Omar, man. Make sure you. Hey, listen, Omar, get in there like a soldier. As soon as she's done, make sure you have some flowers next to her, all right? Make sure you let her know how much you love her. I know I ain't got to tell you this stuff. You got it, but sometimes with all the chaos, people forget. Yes. But make sure you show nothing but love, man. That's what's up, man. Oh, man, that's that beautiful stuff. I ain't tell you, the wife, you've been having baby fever lately, so keep that on the hush. Yeah, man.
Oh, to give her one.
Hey. I'm trying to pat Bevan around here.
I like it. Bye.
Listen, but hey, maybe in 2 years. But anyway, let's get back to this action. I saw you, Esteban, backstage. Come back again, if you want to get in, man. But that's what's up, Omar, man. Take care of the fam. Congratulations, bro, and everything will be all right.
You have the Clippers winning this series.
We know the Clippers are winning the series, and I told you why, and they showed you last night. Now, going forward, you know what the key to this series is, too?
Okay, let me hear.
Chris Paul is hurting the team, and he's going to continue to hurt the team. They don't have the moxie to sit there and tell him, hey, Chris, we want to go with. And you know what? No. Let me take it a step further.
No.
Who was playing in Chris Paul's place again that was balling? What's his
Cameron
name?
Payne. Cameron Payne.
Then he done tweaked his ankle really bad.
Yeah. So he didn't play in the second half, I don't believe.
And let me tell you why Chris Paul didn't have the greatest game. They put Terrence Mann on him. See, Terrence Mann can keep up with him from his feet, from the feet standpoint, like agility, moving quick, and he has the height and the size, and he's not gonna get bullied. You're not push ball. Chris Paul like to play that bully ball, pushing you. Chris Paul tried to flop so much last night and got zero of those calls.
First of all,
zero.
Chris Paul was getting to his spot when he wanted to. In the beginning of the game, they just were not falling. Chris Paul was still getting to his spot.
See, Chris Paul is used to getting to his spot, having that wide open jumper because he finds a sweet spot. Now he's been having a higher arc it. He's had to go look at it. Terrence Mann, even if he's out of the play, he's shooting as high as he can to block it, knowing he ain't gonna block it, but he's making Chris Paul high point that ball. And that defense, man, I'm telling you, listen, Chris Paul ain't gonna be very effective. He gonna make plays here and there, but not at the clip that they need him to. And Booker, it's over. Get your 30, but you ain't getting 40. Get your 30, but you ain't getting 40. And a matter of fact, Booker, think about it. Booker has been in foul trouble in every single game. You know why? He said the reason why they're not gonna win this series is Booker is still too young. He don't know. He doesn't realize how valuable he is. He wants to play this lockdown defense against guys who the Clippers can live without. Think about it. Patrick Beverly or Devin Booker. Which team can survive without their guy? But you want to be ultra aggressive on screens and try to run through them. You want to be all up in people's chests and then they swipe around on you. Booker, half of his fouls every night shouldn't even happen if he played like a veteran.
That whistle, but I'm not complaining about it because it's playoff basketball and you have to allow them to be physical.
Yeah, but well, you know what? See, now you contradict yourself, Insanity.
But here's the thing. They called it
Nope.
on the Suns, but they wouldn't call it on the Clippers. Do not do that.
Nope.
Do that.
See, you want to? Nope. I'm gonna call you out for that one. You know why?
What's up?
Yesterday, we want to hear nothing about that.
Was that yesterday?
The day before, we want to hear nothing about that. We don't want to. They wouldn't go call that. Blah, blah. This is the playoffs.
That was the final play of the game.
Matter.
That's different.
Doesn't matter.
They was roughhousing Booker all night, and that's what Patrick Beverly does. But guess what? Suns in 5. You know, I had the Suns Saturday. How about that? Can we start with the next game? I had the Suns Saturday.
How much the Suns lost by Fincenter?
It was double digits.
And the starters ain't even played the last 3 minutes.
Yes, they did. What are you talking about?
The last two.
They were in there at the 2-minute mark.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
They weren't in there.
They were under the 2-minute mark. They were taken out, but they were in there at the 2-minute mark. Believe me, I was watching. How you doing, Chef Jew?
And I'm gonna even go a step further. The Clippers couldn't have had a worse first half. Nobody want to talk about that either. They couldn't have had
a worse one. What are you talking about?
No, they didn't have a worse one. Patrick Beverly was D'ing up Booker. He was D'ing this man up, forcing the ball out of his hand, making him make the pass.
He only had like 7 at half. He had like maybe 5 or 7. 5 at half.
Locked down. But the Clippers, the Clippers sitting there down on the court. Turnover. Paul George had 7 turnovers. Rondo had 3. I mean, they were just turning it over in the first half. Just terrible. And then they were playing isolation, just jacking up shots.
Well, you know,
not into the second quarter. Not into the second quarter did Paul George start running the pick and roll, getting in the lane, feeding the open Zubac, feeding the open shooter. Reggie Jackson made it a point to get in the lane. Terrence Mann made it a point to get in the lane. The truth is, the Suns are thin in the middle, even with Ayton. They are thin in the middle, and they realize that, and now they are attacking the middle of the court, right in the middle of that paint. They are thin. And then they got news last night, an official report that no, the rumors are false. Kawhi is not out for the rest of the playoffs. It's day to day. His knee was sprained. It wasn't this torn ACL and all this stuff that people are talking about. And he could actually make a comeback this series.
He won't.
Yeah, I don't think he will either, but I think he might be available in the finals.
Good morning. It's over. It's over.
What's over? What's over? What's over?
That series is over, bro.
Who got this series?
The Suns are gonna win that series. You know the NBA propaganda, bro. The home team's gonna get the favorable calls, bro, and they're gonna try to stretch some money out, bro.
No, the NBA propaganda is trying to get the Suns to win, because I sat here and told y'all for a whole hour how they got cheated, how the Suns pushed off with an illegal screen and everything, and then finally I turned the camera off and I go about my business in the day, and you got people on TV pointing out the same thing. That was an offensive foul.
Yeah, but TD, you're coming from a play-by-play perspective. I'm coming from just like the overall, like perspective of how the NBA is, man.
Bro,
I mean, they're gonna make more money if the Clippers get to the finals, bro. But
the
I just
Clippers
think
are
that the
going to
Suns
win. How are the Suns the better team? How?
they just
Devin
are,
Booker
bro.
out here. Devin Booker out here getting locked down. Chris Paul looking like he need to go do some more State Farm commercials. Retire.
Hey, bro, it's all about game-to-game adjustments. You know, this next game could be completely different from this game. You know what I mean?
It will be.
I'll tell you this, though. I'll tell you this. If the Clippers win this next game, I would say you have a valid point.
I got a valid point now. Y'all just can't see it until it happened. See, y'all are the same type of people that would have said this when Dallas was up 2-0. Y'all the same people that said this when Utah was up 2-0.
I didn't say that.
You can't close off game-to-game adjustments. If the Suns make adjustments and counter, you know, what the Clippers were doing in this, I'll be honest with you, bro. I didn't watch the game. I was asleep. I had to work. Obviously, I had to go to work. But anyways, yeah, bro. I don't know I don't know all the details, but I just know like that's what they do. So, in my opinion, it's not, if this next game, I think is going to be the indicator on who's going to win this. I'll put money on this. I would put money. Whoever wins this next game is going to win the series. Period. In my opinion. So.
I don't care how it happened. The Clippers are going to win the series.
They're not. Listen, you saw where Paul George was pushing Crowder. You ain't calling for Paul George to get offensive fouls on that. I mean, keep that same energy.
A push where the man didn't even fall on the floor. We're talking about Zubac got shoved into a screen.
When did Zubac hit the floor?
We're talking about Zubac got shoved into a screen.
That's what I'm saying.
Not no push for separation.
Right in front of the referee.
Every player. No. Even last night, Chris Paul was pushing. Chris Paul was pushing for separation to get the ball.
And he called a foul on Crowder. There's a reason why.
He hit Crowder. Crowder hit him in the face.
Listen, Crowder fouled out. Booker had 4. Paul had 3. And then AM and Bridges respectively had 2 each. Let's go to the Clippers. Paul George, not a single foul. Bum. Zubac, not a single foul. That's not facts. And then Reggie Jackson had 3. Terrence Mann had 4. Look at the disparity.
You know what? You're making my point. Do you know how many times Paul George got fouled last night and they didn't call it? Do you know how many times this man? No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Who was Paul George's primary defender?
No, it doesn't matter. You know how many times he went in the lane? You know how many times the man went in the lane and went to the ground?
How many times the Booker go in the lane and hit the ground and they didn't call a foul?
And you know what? When Booker had
the reason why they were in the penalty. I remember in one quarter they were in the penalty with like 7 minutes left to go, and I said, "How?" I think it was the third.
Finsanity. Hold on. Let me go ahead and eliminate your argument by saying this.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Which team was driving to the basket? Which team was being aggressive? The Suns had like probably -6 layups in the game. They never drove to the basket because that defense in the paint was clamp. Made them shoot jump shots all night.
Getting the calls.
No, they weren't even driving early in the game. They were getting clanked up all night. And then Payne was the only player on y'all team driving, and Zubac was sitting at the heaven every time. Payne was the only man on the team driving to the basket, and Zubac was sitting there on his way the upper room. He was knocking them out of there every time. Y'all were not aggressive.
Fouls on the Clippers.
Nah, here you go. You want to ignore that fact. You got to go in there and you got to bang to get calls. You did nothing in the paint last night. The Suns did nothing in the paint last night. They drove the ball in the paint and kicked off for the long shot. They didn't try to go up and get no contested layups for the fouls. None of them. And that's a fact. They were not aggressive.
And they weren't calling it, so he stopped.
Booker wasn't going to no basket. Every time he went to the basket, he kicked it out to the three.
He pulled up in the paint, but he was going and he wasn't getting the call.
Booker wasn't pulling up in no paint.
Gosh. TD, they were fouling Booker and Paul so much. It was an atrocity, but they weren't calling it. And you know this. You know this. First of all,
Booker wasn't pulling up in no paint.
You know this. 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 You know this They wanted the Clippers to win.
Jabari said,
he's a Clippers supporter.
Okay.
That's a biased opinion.
He was tired. I would agree that Booker probably was tired.
He couldn't be tired. He was on the bench the first half in foul trouble.
You know, why? Because so you're saying that none of his fouls were fouls?
There's some that could be argued.
All right. That's my point exactly.
There's some that could be argued. But my thing like this, they weren't calling it the same way on both sides. So don't act like the Clippers just came in here and did something special. No, they had the refs at their back.
The Clippers didn't even play their best basketball.
The Clippers were the wind beneath their wings.
The Clippers had a trash first half. They had a trash first half.
And what did the Suns have?
The Suns got everything they could get. They couldn't get much. It was the defense.
Oh my gosh.
In the first half, they were getting locked down.
They were just missing their shots and they were getting fouled, but the ref.
Thank you, Jabari. When has Devin Booker ever been a good defender? He tried to be. That's why he always getting calls. He tried to be. Devin Booker gets some of the dumbest fouls ever. Why are you trying to fight through that screen like it's the last play of the game? Like this man, I've never seen a quote-unquote superstar fight through a screen like it's the last play of the game. Like I see a crease. Get me through here, foul. Like what you expect? Like he makes some of the dumbest decisions to get in foul trouble.
The refs were so quick to blow that whistle on Devin Booker. They wanted him out of that game
because he was fouling.
Nah,
you gotta teach your young superstar a lesson. Be smarter.
You're making my point. They were allowing the Clippers to be physical with the Suns, but they were not allowing the Suns to be physical with the Clippers.
Insanity. The physicality from the Clippers came in one-on-ones, fronting you and physical.
And they were fouling.
These guys are fouling off of screens. They over there trying to bully the screen. That's easy calls.
So are you saying that the Clippers did not foul? We're not committing fouls. Is that what you're saying?
The Clippers
were guarding without fouling. Are you saying
the Clippers were obviously?
No, they weren't.
Obviously,
just because the ref swallowed the whistle.
The Clippers were being aggressive. How you doing, Ian? It's the proper aggressiveness.
Teams were trying to be aggressive, but they were calling it one way.
No, they weren't. That's the problem. Devin Booker driving to the lane needs to go ahead and float that ball up and get the calls. But they're not going to call any little slight physicality when you're kicking it out for the three-point shooter every time.
Oh, my gosh.
Why don't y'all put money on it? You know what I mean?
Listen,
you're very passionate.
Because insanity bad luck when it comes to money. She gonna take all my money.
I'm glad you understand, TD. I'm glad you understand. I'm glad you understand that I would take all your money.
When Ball didn't have that game, I got $100 on ball games. Anybody wants to go?
Now you about to get EM mad.
Please don't. How you gonna turn on your Spurs, brother? It be your own Spurs fan. What? Oh my! I don't know if we're allowed to do side bets, but don't put it live on this. Like hit somebody up through DM or something. Like I don't know. Follow Esteban on Instagram or Twitter if you want to make a side bet.
Listen, I'm going to say Clippers in 7. I'm gonna give the Suns one more.
One more.
I'm gonna give them one more. Clippers in 7. Clippers will win Saturday. Clippers will win Monday.
Mm-hmm.
The Suns will win Wednesday, and it's going to be a Friday night. Clippers make it to the the
finals, NBA finals.
That's what's going to happen. It's going to be Clippers, and then Clippers again. Mm-hmm. Clippers are going to go up 3-2. Suns are going to get them one, and it's going to be an epic game 7.
You had the Clippers going into Phoenix and getting one?
Yes, in game 7.
You have going to Phoenix getting 2, actually, 2.
Yes, in game 7 too. Absolutely.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah, that's what y'all said about Dallas. That's what y'all said with the Dallas. That's what you said with the Dallas series. See, y'all keep on.
For you to be a Lakers fan, you really riding out with the Clippers real hard.
I'm interested. What's your vision on how this is all going to play out in the end? Who's gonna get to the finals? Who's gonna win it all?
Clippers. No, first of all, both of these teams in the West will dominate these teams in the East. They will dominate them.
Against who? The Hawks?
Yeah, the Hawks don't. The Hawks don't have a shot versus the Clippers. Too young, way too young.
Okay.
They don't have a shot.
Well, I'll be honest. I didn't watch that game, but I watched the Spain-Slovakia game. Spain drubbed them 5-0, and that's who I'm going for. I don't know if they're gonna win it all in the Euro championship.
No,
yeah.
No, you got Spain. No.
No. That's what I'm going for. France is a beast.
France is winning. Mbappe, Griezmann. Sorry, we shouldn't be going off topic. Listen, TD. Suns in 5, 6, 7. I don't care. Suns winning that series, hands down. The East.
My girl lying to herself. Y'all hear it live. She lying to herself.
I don't know. I don't know who's going to win the East because I feel like every single time
the Bucks are going to win. I told you that already.
You got the Bucks.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have won, but it depends on if Middleton brings his game.
They're going to win. They're going to win the series
because Bogdanovich can't elevate on his jump shot. So if you go out there and let Trae Young do what he want to do, then it's going to be interesting.
See, the Hawks are Bucks are letting these kids do too much. It's guys like Collins and all of them. They should not be doing what they're doing. But but Patrick Beverly will give Trae Young a rough day. They're gonna make him jack up them 40-foot threes all day, and they're gonna let him kill the team. See, the Clippers are way more potent offensively, and Reggie Jackson playing out of his mind. Reggie Jackson is.
Listen, I had Reggie over 15 plus last night, and Reggie came through for me. But
Reggie's playing out of his mind, man. I ain't gonna lie. He's hit a whole nother gear with confidence. It's like he don't even care. Hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna just be me and go out and ball.
You're starting to see that Detroit Reggie come back.
I mean, wasn't he was about to retire?
Was he?
Yeah, they said he was about to hang it up. Like, it is what it is. I'm probably done. But no, Reggie, man, it's crazy. I don't even know how long he's been in the league.
He was there when KD was still in OKC. It's been a minute.
Man, that's a long time. Let me see.
I think you're right. I think the Bucks will win, but I want Atlanta to go. I just want to see somebody different.
He's 10 years. He's 10 years in.
The Bucks are somebody different.
Well,
PM has a very interesting question for you, TD.
TD, where's Rando? I don't know who Rando is. I know who Rondo is. Rondo's sitting on the bench waiting on the finals to make his mark, as he always does. As he always does. Rondo will be in the finals, balling out, showing you why he's a Hall of Famer. But you know what? I ain't gonna lie though. This is what I love about the Clippers. Everybody got their series, and that's how championship teams do it. Championship teams, it's not about, I want to play, this guy wants to play. The Lakers did it last year with all of their rotation guys. It was certain guys who played in one series, certain guys who did play in a series. Like the first series, JaVale McGee was in, and then JaVale McGee didn't even play the second series. It was Dwight Howard. Then it was another. This is how championship teams do it. Every guy with matchups. Hey, you're not playing this series. You did good in the last one, but this is a different matchup. You're not playing this series. It was a good matchup. That's how it works, man. The best teams, that's how they operate. Yes, Rondo belongs in the Hall of Fame, EM. He's going to the Hall of Fame. I mean, get over it, bro.
8 minutes, 0 points, 0 for 1 in field goals. No, not even a single assist, not a single rebound.
No. He had when he came out, played a few minutes, turned the ball over.
3 turnovers, 1 steal. At least he put some numbers on the stat board, I guess.
Turned the ball over. He was turning the ball over early.
I mean, that's what happens when you ain't got it no more. You need to hang it up.
That's what y'all say. Then he put up one of those 20-point games with 8 assists and 4 steals. Yeah, he do.
He ain't putting up no 20 points.
Like I said, then when he put up one of those games, y'all are hush mouth. Y'all are hush mouth. Nowhere to be found.
And Robert put up 20 points. if he get the minutes to put up 20 points.
Hush mouth. That's what y'all gonna be.
Yeah, the
That's what
dude
he
saw
does.
8 minutes.
It's
He
what he
didn't even
does.
see the second half.
It's what he does.
Okay.
It's what he does. Time will tell.
That is hilarious.
You said the same thing last year. You know, me and you were texting back and forth on every game last year. And how many games did he show up big?
Listen, we were doing our
like,
thing in the NBA playoffs last year.
Yeah, I would like take Rondo over 8 assists. No, TD. Then he had 9. Then he that. See,
I was willing to put your money on that, but
oh Lord,
TD, we did well when we worked together. But I really just feel like we're really at a crossroad right now. And
because no.
Right.
We're at a crossroad because you are in your feelings about
you're biased
about Trash James not being in the playoffs. See, you don't know how to think when LeBron James ain't in the playoffs.
What?
LeBron James ain't in the playoffs. You don't know how to think.
No. The Heat aren't in the playoffs.
No. You're a LeBroneer. You're a Lebroneer. You're a Lebroneer.
First of all, it's LeBron.
Lebroneer. Oh man.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. LeBron get bounced in the first round. Oh my gosh.
Oh my. Listen, you're so biased. All you see is Rondo.
No, it ain't about Rondo. Clippers had the best team in the NBA right now. Clippers had the best team. If Rondo wasn't on that team, he would be. The Clippers had the best team in the NBA.
Jabari, you're a Lakers fan and you're saying LeBron. Oh my gosh.
LeBron James. Yep.
Goodbye. These fans ain't loyal. these fans ain't loyal like they used to be. I'm sorry. First of
all, there's a lot of Lakers fans that don't even like LeBron.
They like
a
the
lot
last
of Lakers
year.
fan that does not like.
They like last year.
No, they ain't like LeBron last year. They like Rondo last year. They like AD last year.
They loved LeBron last year.
Nah,
they was in the arena after every dunk, after every 3, screaming their little tails off.
They saw an old man getting carried to another finals victory. Carried.
Oh my gosh! I'm not doing this with you. Anything you want. Oh, he just loves Kobe. Got you. I respect that. R.I.P. Kobe. Watch. The Spurs ain't even getting the bath yet to be washed. What? Ian, stop. 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 That's my bro. What's up, Ian?
And what did you say about the Spurs?
I said they didn't even get in the bath yet to be washed.
Mal said, TD, stop it. I know, man. I ain't allowed to tell the truth out here these days. I'll stop.
Listen. All I know is that the Heat are going to bounce back next year. Someone's saying that Irving might get traded. I don't know.
Kyrie Irving? Yeah. Kyrie Irving.
Huh?
Y'all think so?
There's a rumor.
I think Durant got a say in that.
But why would he, though? I mean, it was all injuries, right?
Yeah, but he's been injured a lot these last couple years. And his focus, I guess maybe his mental focus.
I ain't gonna say he been injured a lot, but KD was also out. Harden was also out.
Whatever mentioned, the man coming off an Achilles.
Perfect.
Miles,
that's exactly what we need.
Miles, if I didn't have a Hero Gold Trophy jersey, I might agree with you, but I'm trying to get some type of.
The Heat need to trade Hero. Man, the Heat need to go haze up Bam Adebayo and make him a legitimate just threat in everything he does. He's already got so much. Like I said, make this man put up a 2,000, 3,000 mid-range jumpers a day.
I think if Jimmy Butler raises hell and wants out of Miami, they're dead in the water. They ain't going nowhere. Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy don't want out of no Miami.
He don't, but I think a lot of it hinges on what they bring in this year.
He might want to play for a title. I'm just saying. When you get swept in the first round, you ain't playing for a title.
Listen.
He might come to the Clippers next year with Kawhi, Paul, and Rondo.
Listen, we got the Godfather in our front office, and everybody know who that is.
Pat Riley, he washed up.
Sir Pat Riley.
He washed up.
Sir Pat Riley.
He living off the past. This is a whole new.
Jimmy wants another contract, and Jimmy's going to get it.
It's a whole new generation of the NBA. Listen, y'all better stop living off of Pat Riley.
Maybe he wants a balance of some good money and a chance to win the title. Jimmy Butler? Yeah. Maybe he'll take a little bit of a pay cut and go play somewhere else where he can win a title.
Chef Jew.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's fine. Just because we swept y'all don't mean you need to be out there Saudi.
Listen, in any sentence, when I hear anything about Spurs and Heat, what do you think about?
I think about LeBron James holding that trophy in his hand. That's what I think about personally.
I think about the last time we played, we whooped that ass. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I say that? Excuse me.
And what have you done since?
You lost
your heir apparent best player because he said I ain't playing the pop.
Don't
how you let somebody tell you he ain't gonna play in the playoffs? Got everybody calling him out, and he like, yeah, I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna go win a championship the next year with another team.
Hold on.
I think about
Miles Johnson just said. Miles Johnson said he thinks about Ray Allen.
Bang!
Yeah.
But that wasn't LeBron. It wasn't LeBron.
What you forgot was that LeBron James actually had to shoot that perfectly. The way he shot it, so Chris Bosh could get the rebound where he got it to kick it out.
That is like one of the funniest things ever to me. LeBron James for the game winner. Brick, offensive rebound. Chris Bosh kicks it to Ray Allen. Save LeBron James.
He didn't save it. First
LeBron
of all,
James misses the big shot.
It was really a hockey assist when you think about it. It was a hockey assist.
We remember we won 5-1. We got the last word. We trolled y'all with that Southern Nation Army song.
What have you done since?
It don't matter. We got the last.
Exactly. You say it don't matter. We've been to another NBA final. What have you done since?
Yeah, but did y'all win?
Who have you brought in? Because it seems like a lot of people keep leaving. You thought Aldridge was going to be something. Nope. Sorry, that didn't work out for you. You thought DeRozan was going to be something. Sorry, he's still defrozen. Then Kawhi basically said, I'm not doing it. Y'all suck. I know what this team ain't and it isn't going to be. Thank you, Miles.
Yeah, you can make it to the finals in the East because all y'all play is
You're breaking up. You're breaking up, bro.
We're not playing bums.
Esteban, you're breaking up, I think.
We're not playing bums. No, you're good.
The Eastern Conference has always been Cupcake League.
Man, that's what they always say. But you want to know why they say it? Because LeBron James was just too dominant for it. One player carrying the worst team to the NBA Finals. Too dominant for it.
That was competitive was that Pistons team. That's it. With Ben Wallace, Rasheed.
Listen, Esteban, listen. LeBron James, I don't care how many finals he carried a team to by himself. The point of the matter is he couldn't win one by himself. See, they don't want to talk about that. He couldn't win none of them by himself. What did he have to do his entire career? He had to go try to find 2 or 3 of the best players to be around him.
No.
And get bailed out every time. And Miles said LeBron hit a 3 that possession before that. Got us to the Allen shot. Ain't nobody want to hear the possession before. We want to hear the most clutch moment.
Yeah, I ain't a LeBron hater, but that's facts. So that's what he's done.
You know what I'm saying? 20 years straight in the playoffs, 5 titles.
What have you done for me lately? When's the last time y'all made it? When's the last time y'all made it?
Wait, LeBron got 5 titles?
Oh, yeah.
LeBron got 5 now?
5.
Why is it being LeBron versus the Spurs? This is
got
Heat
5.
versus the Spurs.
LeBron got 5 now?
What have you done for me lately, EM? Because when's the last? What's your streak for not making the playoffs right now? I tell you, the Heat is 0.
I tell you what, we barely missed the
4.
playoffs.
LeBron got 4 rings now, not 5. I was
EM
gonna
with the
say,
link.
like, what?
No, EM. I love you, bro.
Heat fans are ridiculous. We barely missed the playoffs in 20 games.
And that's what I don't understand. They compare this man to Michael Jordan. When he gotta run around and chase 2 or 3 of the best players in the league to play with.
Oh my gosh.
That's not even a debate. That's actually that's not even worth talking about, because what the conversation should be is who's that number 2 spot between Kobe
is.
Stephen Curry's in the conversation.
Kobe is the second best player of all time, man.
I'm not.
That is one of the most potent shooters that's ever played the game.
When people say Kobe is number 2, I don't argue that.
Stephen Curry is in the conversation. I'm sorry, I'm a Spurs fan. I'm not a Golden State fan, but I don't know why nobody talks about that dude.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you, bro. I even put Tim Duncan somewhat in the conversation.
For what?
All around the game, yes.
Because you got to look at his finals appearances and how many he won and stuff, man. I mean, this man did it efficiently and did it the right way within the flow of a team. He didn't have to be the guy, hey, give me the ball every time. No, he was great within the flow of a team. He didn't need the bully ball. He didn't need the ball in his hand every possession and still put up what he put up. Those are your true guys, man. It's easy to have better numbers when you're the one who are deflating them. I mean, when you're amplifying them by taking every shot and doing everything. Tim Duncan did it in the flow of the game. In the flow of the game, man. It's guys like that deserve.
Really?
Hi,
really,
EM. How you doing, EM? I didn't mean to get you started this early.
Oh my God, y'all interrupted Monday. I had to take another break. I tell you, listen to y'all. All this Spurs hate. Come on, man.
I ain't hating on the Spurs.
Pop. I love Pop. I love Popovich. I love Pop.
All this Spurs hate. Come on, man. Y'all need to respect the Spurs. We are the gold standard of the NBA. We are literally
a boring standard.
It is killing me to say this, but we are the New England Patriots of the National Basketball Association. So we will be back. I promise you, we'll be back. We needed a little brief. We needed to retool and kind of recalibrate, and we'll be back. I promise you.
How are you going to be back? Are you going to start going and getting European and international players again?
Well, they've already done that. They've already done that. You know, they've got several good young developmental prospects that we know as Spurs fans, but y'all, the mainstream are not. They're not aware of how good these players are. But watch, you'll see, he's going to unleash them next year.
But how many more years do you think Pop's going to be coaching?
Not much.
No, I think
under 5.
See, and this is where I'm highly critical of Greg Popovich. I love Pop, but his biggest blunder was he let his pride get the best of him when Kawhi Leonard. He wanted to go to the Lakers, right? He wanted to go to the Lakers, and Pop said, "No, I'm not. You don't dictate where I trade you." He sent him to Toronto. Think of the haul the Spurs could have gotten if they were the same haul that the New Orleans Pelicans got. The Spurs would have had Brandon Ingram. You know, Pop.
Yeah.
Even Zion. I think that number one. No, that was the. I think that number one pick when they picked Zion was the Pelicans. But all those other players that got and future draft picks that they got for that haul, the Spurs would have had that in addition to what they have right now.
And Pop is the type of guy who could have really refined a guy like Lonzo Ball's game. But Brandon Ingram is becoming a really good player. He just needs to become a vet. He need to be. You can see what's missing though. That mental part of the game is still missing a little though.
Even if you remember back then when that trade was being talked about, it was actually Kuz that was the hot commodity over Ingram at that time.
Yes, it was.
So you would have actually got Kuz, because I don't know if Pop saw the raw talent. I mean, he probably did see that raw talent.
And then LeBron James ruined Kuzma.
No, Kuzma ruined it. Thank God.
Winnie Harlow ruined Kuzma.
I know right now the Pelicans are they're breathing a huge sigh of relief, because think about this for a minute. Kyle Kuzma is the player that was considered untouchable. That they were banging the table. Nobody gets Kyle Kuzma. And I can't believe all these teams were calling and inquiring about Kyle Kuzma. He is garbage, bro. I couldn't understand the infatuation. He never showed the raw ability like Brandon Ingram. I said, bro, that's the player. He just needs an opportunity.
Well, I'll push back on that a little bit, Em. I agree with you with the raw ability of Brandon Ingram, but here's the deal. Some players, when you limit them and not let them grow as an NBA player, they are literally like they diminish. Like it reminds me of Kevin Love, the guy putting up 30 and 20 every night. Soon as he gets with LeBron, he's a 11 and 12 guy. You know, and doesn't even look nowhere near what he was. Kuzma is the type of guy because Brandon Ingram, they allow Brandon Ingram to open his wings in New Orleans. And it was rough at first, but then it started just the more he did it, it was just start looking more and more beautiful.
Ingram was getting his shots in LA. He just wasn't knocking them down.
No, Ingram was limited in LA. He was limited. But he was a young guy.
Shots up. And LeBron was actually passing him the ball in that spot so he could get those shots up.
Now, did he have the ball? No.
Where he gets to move to a spot with the ball in his hand? No.
But yes, thank you. That's important for these young guys.
But
I'm sorry, I just don't see it.
LeBron didn't try to like get the kid going.
LeBron rules.
I'm sorry, I just don't see it in Kyle Kuzma. I'm sorry. I saw Brandon Ingram was just clearly way more talented. So Kuzma the only thing Kuzma has is height. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'll give you a better example. Take Lonzo Ball. I'm gonna tell you now that kid was the trash of all trash to be in this NBA. Like this is trash.
He wasn't trash, I wouldn't say.
I'm just saying he looked like it, but now I'm seeing his value. He has made a drastic improvement this year.
He's putting the work in on his game.
That's what I'm talking about. Look how he looked. Look how it ain't no pressure. It's just LeBron sitting there ruining people.
Can't live with that NBA, championship or bust pressure.
LeBron ruins kids.
They go to the Pelicans. There's no pressure on them to be great, do anything. Let me tell you, out there and flourish.
Let me tell you another thing about LeBron.
Not everybody can play in Staples.
One thing nobody can debate about LeBron James: who has he ever helped develop? Who has he ever helped, brought their game to the next level?
KD said it.
I don't care what they say. Give me the player. Well, look at Lonzo. Look what Lonzo did. Look what Lonzo was trash with him. You show me a player who LeBron James actually caused their game to elevate on the court with him. You name it. Name me one. All I need is one. Just one. Just one. One.
Tristan Thompson.
My point exactly.
All of them.
My point
LeBron done gave out more child support checks.
Oh, he get you paid. He get you paid.
Anyone ever.
Do as I tell you to do and loyal your members. I'm going to get you paid. I'm going to get you your next contract.
You know what, though? To be honest with you, I got nothing but respect for LeBron James. Because I used to be a big LeBron James hater, especially after his history with the Spurs, recent history with the Spurs. But I'll say this: after they came back from 3-1 down in the finals against a 73-win Warrior team,
when Draymond Green got suspended again.
Well, whatever, that's his fault. Yeah. That's his fault.
Yeah.
Okay, but the thing is, you in your family, Jules, you would want him. What's the name? Kicked out for a game too. Don't do that, TD.
After LeBron brought them back, him and Kyrie, I said I will never mumble another ill word about Lebron James.
That was Kyrie's series.
No, bro, no. And on top of that, they beat that was a 73-win team that they came from 3-1 down to beat. They had to literally this is the ultimate respect. This is why I respect LeBron James so much. And it's true what you said, TD. He's never led a team by himself, to a title. You know what I'm saying? He's always had to join this team, join this player, join multiple players to get where he needs to be. I understand that. But here's the thing.
Look at the powerhouse.
This is the ultimate respect. This is why I respect LeBron James so much. After they came down from 3-1 and then the very next year, a 73, probably the record-wise, the greatest team we've ever seen, they had to beg Kevin Durant now. Not going to get DeMar DeRozan, not going to get, Derrick Rose, but they had to beg Kevin Durant to come with them because they knew. I'm telling you now, if Kyrie and Kevin Love was not hurt the first time when they played the Warriors was not. They were not beating. They were not beating LeBron James and the Cavs, bro. They would not have if they hadn't went and got Kevin Durant. They wouldn't even have a title. They wouldn't have one championship, in my opinion. LeBron was just that dominant, bro.
So the truth is, though, EM, I mean, if we all be honest, we know LeBron is great. But the argument isn't whether or not he's great. The argument is comparing him to some of the other all-time greats.
That's what I'm saying, TD. That's the ultimate respect you can give a play. Like I said, you had to go get Kevin Durant. No,
so he's better than Jordan?
No.
That's what we're talking about. Is he better than Kobe?
He's not far. Yeah. Oh, clearly, absolutely, bro.
You don't like Kobe because that's even worse blood with the Spurs.
Listen. This is gonna make a lot of people uncomfortable, but maybe I'm somewhat a little biased.
Oh, somewhat.
Somewhat, maybe a little biased, but Kobe Bryant, bro, in my opinion, he was a one-dimensional player. Kobe never led a champ. The same argument that you try to make with LeBron James, Kobe never did it either. He always had to play on a stacked team. Always.
Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
You mean to tell me Kobe's last championship was a stacked team?
Bro, Pau Gasol, a prime Pau Gasol, a prime Andrew Bynum. You're talking a prime Andrew Bynum, TD? Remember what these players were. Remember what these players were at that particular time when they won, where they were in the NBA, their status in the NBA. They were all-star players, bro.
No, bro.
Are you serious?
No.
Come on. No.
Listen, it was Kobe, and Pau Gasol was not what he was, bro.
I don't know about that.
Okay, whatever. Man.
Remember, he beat the Celtics the second time, and the final score of even that Game 7 was like it was like 84 to 83 or something like that. It was hard. These were defensive games.
He was an all-star. He was an all-star, bro. Come on, stop it.
And you're saying Kobe wasn't a defensive guy? You're saying he's one-dimensional? Are you taking away his defense?
Man, overrated defensive player, in my opinion. Overrated. Kobe was a gunner. Kobe, he had the benefit of playing. When was Tim Duncan when did he ever had the luxury of playing with a top 5 player at their position at any stretch in his career? I'll wait. Kobe had the benefit of playing with a top 5 player and multiple all-stars on his team. Shaquille O'Neal had that same benefit. And this is the argument I posed to everybody about Shaquille O'Neal as well. When did Shaq ever lead a team by himself like Duncan had to do organically? Never. He couldn't. He was a one-dimensional player as well.
Hey, are you trying to say that Duncan never had talent around him?
He made
doing that?
Duncan had talent, but his talent was not on the same level as what Kobe had and what Shaquille O'Neal had and what LeBron James had. Duncan never had that luxury.
Old Spurs fans.
No. That's just fact. That's just fact, bro.
It's true though.
That's fact. You might not like it, but it's the truth, bro. Kobe Bryant. No disrespect to him, one of the 15 greatest players ever. But look at them teams when Kobe was by himself. Look at that drought when Kobe didn't have the benefit of playing with all-stars and a top 5 talent. Look at that drought he had on his watch. You never saw that with Tim Duncan. 20 straight years of the playoffs, 5 championships in 3 different decades.
Well, do me a favor. Tell me the drought LeBron James had without players around him. No.
LeBron James never had a drought. He always had the Cavs in the playoffs.
No. Tell me when he but never won nothing with him.
Whatever. You can't win every year, TD. You can't win every year.
You won none of them without getting help. He won none.
LeBron James never had a drought like Kobe.
I'm not talking. That ain't what I'm talking about.
He went up against a very good Spurs team.
The man was in the East. You know as well as I know, EM, what the West was back then.
I mean, TD ain't too many teams out there that was going to beat KD with the Warriors. If you want to talk about him with the Cavs and like him not really having that much support, okay, nobody wants to get credit for those
Let me get something clear. As many
Then
times LeBron James
then
made
the one, no, in 2015, both of his co-stars go down, but he still takes that 6 games? Come on. And arguably was the MVP of that series.
Let me help.
The first time
MVP of that series. Don't do that. Don't disrespect that man.
No.
The first time they played the Warriors when Kyrie was hurt, Kevin Love was hurt. The second best player on his team was Matthew Dellavedova, and he took that Warriors team to 6 games, almost 7.
You taking what you want to.
You gotta respect LeBron James.
The one where he lost to the Spurs, something possessed Danny Green that series, and the dude could not miss.
They didn't possess them; they were just better. But
they weren't.
But how about this, man?
It ain't even close. It ain't even close to comparison with LeBron and Kobe, bro. It's not even close. Kobe, it's not even close in my opinion.
When LeBron when LeBron was dominating the East every year with Cleveland, but never winning titles, right? Almost every single one of those years, there were at least 4 teams in the West that would have beat them in the finals. Almost every year. There were 4 teams in the league in the West that were better.
That's speculation.
All right, okay. Okay, well, all I know is he never beat the West best team when it came down to it until he had to go down to Miami.
He didn't beat the Warriors, bro?
No, this was before that.
But I mean...
Are you saying before Miami?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that was y'all act like that wasn't a huge chunk of his career.
You mean a team that became a lottery team after he left?
You act like that was
a lottery team.
You act like that was. But the only reason they became a lottery team is because LeBron James got bums $20 million a year.
Nah, bro.
No,
he got people paid that shouldn't even got the money they got.
I'm sorry. You listen.
Like I said, all that matters is what did he do with them teams? What did he do with them teams? Lose.
All I know is when LeBron James leaves your squad, you become a lottery team.
Yeah, and he did it twice. He did it twice.
And when MJ,
the Heat became a lottery team.
The
Heat became a lottery team.
Nah, but we wasn't getting off the first round.
Oh, but you became a lottery team, huh?
Huh?
If LeBron leaves your team, you become a lottery team.
We still had Wade and Bosch.
My point exactly.
They were formidable.
And that's what LeBron needed.
Then
he bailed out. Hey, that's what's funny about it. He like, these 2 stars getting a little old. Let me go get 2 more stars because I don't want them to think that I can't carry it anymore. That's all he do. Let me go get some fresh-legged stars so it'll make me look better.
We had a 1-knee Wade.
Stop hating. You need to stop cheating.
No, it's the truth. He out here searching for fresh leg. He out here searching for fresh leg of stars every 2 to 3 years. No. All right, so they don't think I diminish. Let me go get two more new stars to carry the load.
And you know, as far as like Kobe Bryant is concerned, see, it might sound I'm bringing in heat and hate towards Kobe, but no, I'm just calling the facts.
Great. He's great.
And one thing needs to be said about a player, you know, during your era, during your apex, you recall that Laker drought for so many years. There were now again, this is nobody ever came on, national television and said, no, I don't want to go to LA because of Kobe. But there were so many reports about a lot of players not wanting to play with him. Well, and I think that has a lot. That says a lot about a player, bro. What I'm saying?
I don't think so, though, Em. I think that a big part of that was they made the huge mistake and got all those 15-year veterans on the roster. Remember when all of the I don't know was it? I don't know, man. I got to remember these players. Did Karl Malone play for the Lakers?
Yeah, yeah. Him and
when
it was that dream team when him and Shaq. Well, Shaq. It was Shaq. Gary Payton as well.
They lost, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost.
They got all of them, all of those
and that's
guys.
Another. You got that loss on your resume. You got Shaquille O'Neal, Gary Payton. Now I know Karl Malone and Gary Payton weren't. They were not the players they were when they were in their absolute prime, but they were still, top 10 at their respective positions. And to lose to that Detroit Pistons team.
But he only had that for 1 year. That's like saying that's like saying LeBron with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade lose to Dallas.
Oh no. No. That team still. With that being said, bro, that team won't stack like that LA team.
They had some great veterans on that Dallas team.
And LeBron,
y'all don't keep the
Heat
same
team,
energy,
bro. That Lakers team was absolutely stacked. They had everything.
It wasn't stacked. There was a whole bunch of old players.
Nah, bro. But again, can you during that time when Karl Malone and Gary Payton went to the Lakers, were they not still in the top 10 at their respective positions?
No.
Stop it, TD. Stop, man.
No.
Come on, bro.
Gary Payton was not a top 10 point guard at the time.
Stop it, TD.
Gary Payton was not a top 10 point guard at the time, bro. You know how many young point guards are in there?
Stop it. Name me the dream team Tim Duncan had. I'll wait.
I'm not there. I just said that I would even put Tim Duncan above LeBron James.
No, I can't say. I can't. Tim Duncan is. Listen. I love me. I love me some Tim Duncan. I put him in the realm of my favorite all-time athletes. But I can't say he's not. I can't say that because the things that I've seen LeBron James do, bro. No, I'm sorry. I can't say that.
See, here's my thing though, EM. Y'all reward people who make it harder for themselves. And let me elaborate on that. Tim Duncan, this is why I respect players like this, and I think they're just great. And Jordan didn't start winning. He lost a lot until he understood this concept.
Or everybody got old.
No. You gotta play.
Or everybody got old.
Don't say that to Jordan fans.
Yeah, but EM. But there were a lot of young players just like Jordan in the league then.
I'm just saying.
At the end of the day, that doesn't matter. The competition is coming in with you.
Oh, Lord.
The competition, that's like saying when LeBron came in, all of the Duncan and all of them were getting old. But Wade and Melo and everybody was coming in. So it doesn't matter. So let me finish my point though.
Go ahead.
Duncan, Duncan and Jordan had to wait like 5-6 years before he realized this. And then he started winning. Play within the system. Be great. Can you be great in a system?
You do realize Duncan won a title in his second year, right?
No, I'm not.
5 years.
No, I said Jordan.
You said Duncan too.
No, I said no. Okay, let me say it one more time so you understand what I said. I said this is why I put Duncan as one of the greats, and Jordan had to take him 5-6 years for him to start winning for when he started doing this. But Duncan was already doing it day one. He played in a system and knew how to be great in a system. LeBron James has never played in a freaking system.
Because he is the system. That's why.
Thank you. And that's why he has a losing finals record. Can he be great? Can you be great within a system and not exude so much energy and be highly efficient doing it?
Let me ask you this, TD. If LeBron would play,
he ran from real coaches. LeBron ran from real coaches.
Well, let me ask you this, TD.
Yeah, he did.
TD.
You gotta be.
TD. What if LeBron James played within the confines of a quote-unquote system? Are they beating that KD-led Golden State team at any point?
KD-led?
Yes.
Did he beat a KD-led team anyway?
Yes, he did.
He beat them in Oklahoma City. He beat
OKC. When him and Russell Westbrook and them guys were young, you talking about that?
He had KD had two other All-Stars on his team.
They had Ibaka.
They weren't at the time.
That was
Everybody
loaded,
thought
bro.
they were going to beat us.
They were all kids, and they were like in their second year in the league, bro.
And people and analysts were out here talking about how OKC had a chance. They ain't stand a chance.
Bro,
nobody even realized what James Harden and Russell Westbrook would become at that moment.
No one realized James Harden would be a bust in the finals.
No, but nobody knew James. Nobody had nobody thought James Harden would be the Rockets' James Harden when he was there.
And you know what? They got lucky and beat they got lucky. Was that they got lucky and beat San Antonio in the finals, Western Finals that year. They shouldn't even been there anyway. Duncan would have had his 7th title if they would have got if they would have played the Heat that year.
But let me answer your question though, Em.
On a different mission. Don't do
They
that.
shouldn't have been there in the first place. Yeah.
Em, let me answer your question though. Maybe they would have beat him.
No.
Maybe they would have. When you allow the players around you to be better and play their role versus just sit in a corner and get ready to pop and shoot. You don't know if the system's great and LeBron is great in it. Maybe they would be better. Maybe they would have beat that OKC team.
No, nobody was beating that KD.
That's speculative, right? That's what you said to me earlier. That's speculative.
Nobody was beating that KD Warriors team.
And
First of all, that Warriors team with Klay Thompson out there and Steph was giving Toronto that business. It wasn't until Klay got hurt that it was a done deal. Don't do that, TD.
See, this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. I'll never forget when LeBron James was in Cleveland and there was a game 7 against the Boston Celtics when LeBron lost. But in that game 7, it was amazing to me because LeBron James, if I'm not mistaken, had like 46 points. And Paul Pierce had 42 in the flow of the system. And I always said from that point on, if LeBron James could just play in
the system.
Are you
you're missing what I'm saying.
Paul Pierce was the epitome of an isolation player, bro.
No, but he played it in Boston. He played in a system. Okay, let me help y'all understand what I mean by a system. Let me help y'all understand what I mean by a system. Because y'all obviously think that is just a triangle run this play every time.
No, see, there you go, misquoting. Just get to your point without misquoting people, bro.
And that's why Rondo was so important, but we're not going to get into that.
Stop.
When I say a system, what they would do is they would start off at the baseline and they'll run Ray Allen off of his option. He can go left or right off of a curl screen, off of Perkins on one side and Garnett on the other. Whatever side he picked, he choked. He ran off the screen. Rondo's job was to look there. If it wasn't sealed on the other side, Paul Pierce is getting the back screen with Perkins and then hitting it to him coming off of a curl, shooting. Paul Pierce didn't have as much isolation with the big three as y'all think. This man played in a system. It was always open drives and open lanes and open shots that were created. They played in a system. It was a set offense. And when it mattered the Lakers don't. The Lakers don't. LeBron got the ball in his hand. Hey, I want you. Come on, pick and roll. Bow. Let me be me. That's LeBron. Stop acting like they actually got a system. Because here's the thing with a system. If you're running the system, you might pass it to the same guy 10 times in a row because they ain't stopping it. That ain't LeBron. This man don't play in a system. He has always been one-on-one isolation bully and kick the ball.
I'm sorry, y'all.
It's the truth.
You a hater, TD. You just hate
on LeBron.
It's the truth. Y'all want to ignore that. I just gave y'all. You see, I just gave y'all an example. I just gave y'all an example, and y'all reply is you just hating because you don't have nothing tangible.
You know what it was?
You don't have nothing to say. You can't say no, TD. Go watch this and go look at this, and you'll see he actually running the system here. Y'all can't even refer to the system he running.
Doesn't want to take the last shot. He can't shoot. He can't do this.
You see all this?
He doesn't want to take the shot. He wants to pass the ball.
Name the system that he's played in. Name where they ran sets 80% of the game. The only time Paul Pierce was in isolation was mainly in the 3 minutes where it was clutch. Mano y mano, we need a bucket. Y'all want to label that as you hating. No, give me the tangible system LeBron James played in. Well, when he was in Miami or he was in Cleveland, just give it to me. Don't sound like one of these casuals, EM, that you always say. Don't just sound like a casual. Don't sound, you hate. That's your answer. You're hating because you don't have nothing to come back with.
LeBron James was the system, and you cannot.
Thank you. What was that system? What did that system look like?
You're sitting here. This is how buffoonish.
What did the system look like?
You're sitting here critical of a man that has had that
a losing finals record
in this year, bro.
Losing finals record.
Because Kevin Durant went to Golden State. If Kevin Durant is not going to Golden State, he does not have a losing finals record, bro. That's a
losing finals record.
A 73-win team had to go get the second best player in the league in fear of LeBron James.
You know what? I got a good question for y'all.
I
got a good question for y'all, and I'm actually curious. I'm not saying one way or the other. What's the better three? KD, Steph, and Clay, or KD, Harden, and Russell? And I ain't talking about what they did together, but who are the better three players?
Right. Well, I would say Clay and Steph because Russell Westbrook is one of the most overrated players in the history of the league, bro.
League MVP,
I don't have much respect for Russell Westbrook.
Triple-double champ, league MVP.
Hollow numbers.
Huh?
He's another player that nobody wants to play with.
But he going to the Hall of Fame, right?
And he can't shoot a lick. He can't
But
shoot
he's going to the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, Russell will be. Yeah.
And you wonder why I know Rondo getting in. That's my point exactly.
Rondo ain't never given no triple-double. Rondo ain't never been a league MVP.
Westbrook ain't never give you no finals. New Westbrook ain't got no rings. Westbrook ain't got no rings.
Westbrook gonna get one when he go to LA.
Oh, he gonna get LeBron gotta bring in some more legs.
No, he don't gotta bring them in.
But see, TD, what you have to consider, what your question is. See, what made Steph so great with Golden State was that all of them, their styles, their play styles meshed extremely well. They complement each other. KD never had that with Russell Westbrook. He might. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna put that on James Harden. I think he and Harden complement each other. But that's why they were so dominant. The system and again, their play styles complementing extremely well.
But I just think it's really unfair for anybody to compare or use the KD, Harden, and Westbrook team as any argument or benchmark because these guys didn't even know who they were at the time. KD wasn't even KD at the time. These were the youngest, rawest players at the time.
Wait. KD was, bro. He might not be the player he is now.
We knew he was the guy, but 5 years after that, nobody could say the previous 5 years they would have knew that these guys would become what they became in this league.
Yeah, that's true. Because
nobody, when that team was together, Westbrook and Harden, some could argue, were like complimentary to really complimentary.
No, I think Westbrook was an all-star at that time, but
Harden was a no-name.
Well, he wasn't a no-name. He was a sixth man of the year.
Yeah, but okay. Well, I guess that's what I mean. We talk about a guy that
Harden came off the bench. He came off the bench though, but he still was highly. He still was highly productive. He just wasn't the player he is. He didn't have the responsibilities that he does, like he that he had when he went to Houston.
Answer me this: will LeBron James and them have won if they would have tapped into Harden sooner and realized what he was?
You mean Kevin Durant?
No, Harden. I mean, when Harden was on that team, he wasn't getting the same minutes as the sixth man of the year. I mean, he was at a 14-minute deficit of what the starters were getting.
Cheating.
Imagine him on the floor another 14 minutes at that time had they known who he was.
I'm sorry. That Miami team was on a different mission after that Mavs loss. No team standing in their way was winning that season. I'm sorry.
Y'all, first of all, y'all wouldn't even gonna get past Boston had not if they didn't start getting hurt.
I don't know. T, you gotta respect LeBron.
You mean the team we had just
I do. What y'all fail to realize is my argument isn't LeBron's greatness. My argument is why he's not the GOAT. LeBron James would have been the GOAT. LeBron James would have been the GOAT. I've been on the record saying LeBron James would have been the GOAT had he played in the system, because I believe had he played in the system, he'd have a winning finals record right now. I think this man might at least, from worst case scenario, be 6-4.
Not going up against it. Look at the teams that he faced, bro. Look,
bro, I feel like LeBron James should have had a finals victory when he was first in Cleveland. At least one.
You remember those rosters, bro?
Yeah, I do. How he suppressed players' stats because he wanted the ball
early. I'm talking about the early on. I'm talking about the early Cavs when he went to the final. That team he took to the finals, bro, was LeBron James and a bunch of players that he found at the local rec, bro.
Oh well, he was a bum, but he was a bum then. Who was better in the East? Nobody. They were just trash in the East.
No, bro. You had Boston, you had Orlando.
Okay.
Boston. What did you just say? Boston with Antoine Walker them?
Bro, that were they not a playoff team, a perennial playoff team?
Bro, see, all right. EM, stop.
You had Detroit. You had who else? I'm talking about in 2007 when he played the Spurs in the finals. You had Orlando.
Name the best players on these teams. Name the best players on these teams.
Dwight Howard was the best. Was a top 10 player at that time.
I rest my case.
You had look at Boston. You had 2 All-Star players in Antoine Walker and Paul Pierce.
At the end, Antoine Walker was limping around at the end of his career.
Okay. What other teams?
Boston had to go put something together, but we ain't talking about it.
He faced LeBron, and this is something Jordan never said. And I'm not putting LeBron in the same class as Jordan by any stretch, but LeBron faced 2 dynasties in his prime. 2 in their primes, bro.
What dynasty?
In the finals? The San Antonio dynasty and the Golden State Warriors dynasty. And all of these players were in their prime when he faced them. Jordan never had that. When Jordan, and no disrespect to the great Michael Jordan, when he took off, when Jordan started to ascend to that throne, Detroit had fell off, Boston had fell off, the Lakers had fell off, 3 dynasties, right? But he couldn't get out the first round when these dynasties were when these dynasties were in their prime. He couldn't get out the first round.
Because just like LeBron in his early days.
That's just fact.
Just like LeBron in his early days, he didn't play in a system. Phil Jackson told him, I need you to play in this system. And then he went undefeated, winning championships. All I'm saying to you is the whole Jordan not playing against dynasties because he didn't allow him. Drop mic.
I just gotta say this validation of what
he didn't allow dynasties.
When you change teams as much as LeBron does, it takes a while for everybody to get on the same page.
How did the Golden State Warriors build a dynasty on LeBron's watch? Drop mic.
What do you mean how? What do you mean how?
You don't allow dynasties if you're a great team. If you're the greatest, you don't allow them. They bet. How you you want to talk about? He beat 2 dynasties.
He beat them.
How you let them dynasties even come?
Automatic shooter. Are you kidding me?
They shouldn't have even had the rings they had.
You
See, when Jordan actually played in the system, nobody could start a dynasty. You know why? Because he took the championship.
So
the way you start a dynasty is by stacking up championships.
So you mean to tell me?
Oh my gosh!
So you mean to tell me during Jordan's era, right? Let me think of a team like that. I think the most competitive, in his finals run was probably that Phoenix Sun, that Charles Barkley led Phoenix Suns team,
who were poised to build a dynasty, but who?
Hang on. So you mean to tell me now that team alone took them to 6 games, right? You mean to tell me if a prime Akeem Olajuwon joins that Phoenix team, they don't beat the Bulls?
Nope. Not with Jordan in the system.
Come on, man. Really? Okay. A MVP Charles Barkley and a prime Akeem Olajuwon.
Not with Jordan.
Phoenix Suns team. They don't beat the Bulls?
Not with Jordan in the system.
Well, that's exactly what happened with LeBron James and Golden State.
Utah Jazz was building a dynasty.
Hang on. You had the MVP Steph Curry. They lose. They go up 3-1, get beat The very next year, he go gets the second best player in the entire NBA on his team, beg him to come to Golden State in fear of LeBron.
Let's get something straight. If Jordan didn't play, Karl Malone and John Stockton would have had a dynasty in Utah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Utah.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
Utah. So you mean to tell me if Akeem Olajuwon, a prime Akeem Olajuwon goes to Utah, they don't beat Chicago?
No. See, you're missing the point.
Answer my question, TD. Yes or no?
No. The answer is no. But listen to me. The answer is no. But listen to me. You're missing the point. You keep on talking about. You mean to tell me if Akeem Olajuwon? No, pump the brakes for a second. Forget Akeem Olajuwon. Had Jordan not played, the Utah just with Stockton, Malone, and them boys, they would have built the dynasty. They would have at least had 3 or 4 in a 5-year span.
If they would have went got Prime Barkley.
I just said, see, you don't want to acknowledge what I said. With the Utah Jazz, would they have not have won at least 3 to 4 in a 5-year span if Jordan wasn't playing?
If they went and got
yes or no?
It had the Warriors not going and got KD.
No. See, y'all don't want to answer the question. See, ladies and gentlemen, they won't answer the question. They won't answer the question.
Who did he elevate? How about Kyrie Irving?
Insanity.
He doesn't have a strip without
Insanity. Will you answer the question?
What's the question?
Would the Jazz have had a dynasty run, a small dynasty run?
How many years was he going to be retired for this time?
You know what? It could have been 10 years for all I care. All I'm asking you to do is answer the question. All I'm asking y'all to do is answer the question. Why y'all running? Why you running? Why you running? Why are you running?
You never answered my question.
I said yes. I said Jordan would have won. Whether you agree or not, I answered your question. But y'all still won't answer. You still won't answer the question.
With a prime Akeem Olajuwon, TD. Akeem Olajuwon.
You still won't answer the question.
Stop, man. Come on, bro.
You still won't answer the question.
What is your question?
You need to stop.
The question was, would the Jazz have not had a small dynasty?
Didn't Charles Barkley try to form a super team with? I know Drexler was there in Houston.
They were all 45 years old.
Not a single person answered the question yet, but you know why? Because you're running from the truth.
No, I agree. Yeah, but
if they would have had that was a dynasty. Jordan don't let dynasty start on his watch.
Come on, stop, bro.
Don't let dynasties happen on his watch.
I guarantee you, if Jordan had to face a team like the Golden State Warriors, he would have multiple losses on his record.
Like I said. Jordan would not have allowed the Golden State Warriors to become the Golden State Warriors. Drop my hand.
No, bro. No. So no.
You got
Harper. You have MJ. Them Bulls teams were loaded, bro. They were loaded. I don't know
Bulls
about
teams
that.
with no loaded, man.
If Jordan had to face. If Jordan had to face a team with the talent level Golden State had, if that scenario would have happened in Jordan's era, I say again, if the Utah Jazz, if the Phoenix Suns would have went and got a prime Akeem Olajuwon, just like the Warriors did with Kevin Durant, he would have multiple losses on his record. That's just a fact, bro. I don't care what you say.
You know what? We can sit here all we want. We can sit here all we want and talk about if pigs fly, if dogs had wings, and all of this crap all we want. That ain't what happened. Jordan in the final 6-0. LeBron James, what is it, 4-7 now or something like that?
Cheating.
See, what we gotta recognize is the man lost 6 or 7 finals. Like,
okay, man.
If he couldn't beat the Pistons in their prime, if he couldn't beat the Celtics in their prime, he wasn't gonna beat the Lakers in their prime. He literally got it easy.
It doesn't matter.
He got it easy.
All I'm saying is LeBron James is like 3 finals victories under 500.
I think
we can celebrate how many he went to. Yeah, that's work. That's work.
Name me the teams that Michael Jordan faced in the finals
6-0.
that you would put over a prime San Antonio team, a prime Golden State Warriors team? Name me. I'll wait for you.
No, I can never.
No. I will wait. Please give me the team.
Okay. All of them.
Oh my God! Really?
See, you want my answer. You want my answer, but you don't want the reason why.
You know what?
I'm answering.
You want my answer.
You want my answer. First of all, this is a different league than it was before.
You know what?
If these guys, no. If Steph Curry could be hand checked, if Klay Thomas could be bullied and hand checked, know it. You know Steph Curry wouldn't be what he is if he could be. If people could be physical like that.
Well, you
don't lost your mind. You think Steph Curry gonna be out here ripping and skating and dancing?
Well, let me throw this rebuttal at you. I know a lot of people make that argument, and there's some validity to that argument. I agree with some of that.
It's a fact, bro.
Hang on, but you can throw the rebuttal back at this is the rebuttal I'll throw back at everybody that tries to make that argument. In today's game, hang on. In today's game, would it be more perimeter oriented? Who's to say that Michael Jordan, because of his lack of consistency shooting the 3-ball, would he be as dominant as he was in his era? Would Scottie Pippen, a suspect shooter like Scottie Pippen, would he be as dominant in his era?
You want me to answer that? You want me to answer that?
Steph Curry.
You want me to answer that? I actually want to answer that, EM. Jordan didn't have to be a 3-point shooter. If they allow the physicality of the past today, you wouldn't see as many threes being rained as they are now.
No,
that's the truth, bro. If they allow, it's not. When you can fight through a screen, when you can get all up under somebody and you ain't calling them raggedy swipe around.
Overrated. That's overrated.
You can call it whatever you want.
You act like they weren't calling fouls back. Y'all act like they weren't calling fouls back.
In today's NBA, Jordan will average 60 because he'd have a free lane to the basket with all these guys out on the perimeter, with the bigs out on the perimeter.
All I'm saying,
he'd have free lanes all day. He'd put up 60.
Why you think when you talk about, like, when people criticize DeMar DeRozan, right? I got a lot of respect for DeMar DeRozan. I don't think he should be your best player on a championship-led team. I don't think that's a possibility. But he was just born in a different era because his inability to consistency play, to shoot, from the 3-point line. But his game is tailor-made for the 80s. I mean, he probably would have been more respected, maybe more. He would have been more respected, I think, if he would have played in that era because his game is suited for the 80s game. But again, TD, you act like they weren't calling fouls back then. Sure, the game was a little more physical, a little more. But at the end of the day, bro, it's about skill level. Why the game has evolved to the point that it is now. Yeah, you have to be able to be an elite player in this league in today's game. You have to be able to shoot the 3-ball. That's just how the game has evolved.
What I'm trying to help you understand is this whole notion.
So if Scottie Pippen was a suspect shooter his entire career, right? Can we agree on that?
Yes, I agree.
So Pippen,
not Jordan, though. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Oh, well, he was suspect 3-point shooter.
No, he's suspect, but he knocked him down. They always said that, but he knocked him down.
What was his career? You need to look up his. I'm not at my computer.
I will.
But what was his career 3-point shooting percentage?
I'll look it up.
You don't even look. I'm gonna save you some time on Scottie Pippen. You don't even need to do that. He was crazy.
I'm not knocking Scottie Pippens.
So Pippen wouldn't have been in
Jordan
today's
game.
Was
33% from the 3.
33%.
And he didn't,
didn't
take many. Like they do now.
Take many. Why? Because
because he couldn't hit them. That's why.
Bro.
Because he couldn't hit them consistently. That's why.
One out of every. Do y'all realize now?
All I'm saying,
you act like this is this big old gap of 40% versus 33. It's not as huge as you think.
Okay. In today's game, all I'm saying is I'm not taking anything from the great Michael Jordan, bro. I'm just saying when people make that argument about that era compared to now, it goes both ways. If Jordan's game hadn't evolved to the point where he could consistently knock down 3-point perimeter shots, he wouldn't have the level of dominance that he had in that era in today's game.
See, here's the deal. Do you know what today's game NBA average is at 3-point shooting?
No, I don't.
Are we just doing the top 3-point shooters? Or are we doing everybody who decides to take one?
You're going by the league because you want to be above average. In today's NBA, the average 3-point shooting is 34%. Last year, it was 32. The year before that, it was 29.
Okay. And your point is what?
And hold on, I'm showing you it. In the year before that, it was 27. The year before that, it was 24. The year before that, it was 22. Then 21, 20, 18.4, 18.0. No. These are percentage. It don't matter how many you take. This is percentage. But I can sit here and tell you it consistently.
It does because it's a more prevalent point of the game now. So
people
are actually developing it.
But thank you. If Jordan had played in this era, he would have put the work in to develop it.
He would have.
Let me help y'all.
If kids would fly and dog had wings,
let me tell y'all.
If. Come on, man.
You know what? I'll go off your if. I'll go off your if EM. How about this? My whole point is Jordan would have 15. Jordan would have 15 more points a game with more open lanes with these guys at the 3-point line in today's world.
But you know what, TD? You know what? I ain't hear you complaining about Jordan pushing off when he hit that game winner, but you want to complain about DeAndre Ayton. Nope.
Here we go again. Nope. Jordan had the ball in his hand. We're talking about a guy who pushed another guy in a screen.
Oh my! Did he push off? A push off is a push off.
No. Hold on. He didn't push off. He didn't just push off. Hold on, Fisetti. He didn't just push off. He pulled them in, then pushed them off. Like it was a double whammy.
TD, I think you need to take some time when you're alone. Hang on.
Y'all are delusional.
When you need to take some time when you have some free time and just really do some research on LeBron James's career, bro. Because I'm telling you, man.
You would love it.
Listen, I'm not saying he's Jordan. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying.
Bro, I don't even know what this is about because I said LeBron James, I have him like 3rd or 4th all time. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And who do you have above LeBron James?
I got Michael Jordan.
Right.
And it fluctuates for me with Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant. That's just where I am.
Why would you have Kobe Bryant over like Magic Johnson?
Because what Kobe did.
What did he do?
Kobe was a defender. Kobe got the rings in a high percentage of finals appearances. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care much about these regular season guys. I judge guys on what they do in the postseason.
Yeah, but hold on.
I judge guys on what they do in the postseason.
Kobe was clutch, and Kobe was a deadly shooter.
Was he really clutch though? Was he really?
I know LeBron.
Yeah, he really was.
And was
he really clutch, bro?
I know.
Hold on. Let me get something straight. Was LeBron clutch? Was LeBron clutch, EM? Because I want to understand your argument here.
Was clutch, man.
Who was more clutch, LeBron or Kobe? Let me make sure I understand EM here. I ain't gonna let you walk past this one.
Well, define clutch for me.
You define clutch.
No. I want you to define, since it's your question. Define clutch for me.
Clutch is in the last 30 seconds of a game when your team needed most. You put it in their hand and that person makes the play. And I ain't talking about just make the right play, make the play that gets the job done.
No.
See the NBA, let me tell you something. Back in 2000, let me tell you something. Back in 2007. Let me tell you something. Back in 2007, the NBA, they did a little switcheroony that was so blatant that it was for LeBron James that nobody talks about it. See, back in the day, clutch was who making that game-winning bucket. Do you know that back in 2007, up until 2007, people would always say Michael Jordan was the most clutch and things like that, right? And then all of a sudden, this new era of clutch came in. They changed the definition, and they did it for LeBron. And the definition read as this. I don't know the exact words, but it was just like this. Any basket made in the last 2 minutes for the go-ahead.
They should apply that for Michael Jordan, because how many times in his career
did that mean Jordan was clutch 5 times in the game?
Hang on. How many times did we see Jordan make the correct pass to Stockton, to Steve Kerr, okay, How many times did you see that in his career?
Thank you. You know what? It didn't happen much.
Oh no, it happened more than we realized.
No, it didn't. Bro. You know, it didn't happen much, but when it happened, it was successful.
But
that's what you call making the right play. That's what you call making the right play.
I don't know why people look down on LeBron James when he does that.
No. Here's why. Here's why. Because the man has the ability to get to the basket anytime he wanted. He's sitting there. I don't care if a guy in front of you in a regular Florida game, that same guy in front of you, and you still go make the play. But now when it's in the last 30 seconds of the game, same situation, open guy in the corner, in a regular Florida game, he still gets the bucket. But in the last minute, I made the right play. You know why? Because he don't want the responsibility of missing.
Stop it.
Because let me tell you why that's a fact. Let me tell you why that's a fact. Because every time, I'll tell you why it's a fact. Because every time he actually attempted to be the guy and did it, he failed more than he didn't. See, y'all don't want to talk about that. Every time he did make the pass and he went up, especially in his early career in Cleveland, he missed the runner in the lane. He missed the layup in the lane. I
gotta be honest, CD. I gotta be honest. I don't think I said this the other day. I don't think I've ever seen.
That's not a biased opinion. What I'm saying, y'all.
I don't think I've ever heard.
That's not bias. And somebody mentioned spatially, TD LeBron literally has more game winners. Yeah, with the new rule. They changed the rule like in 2007, talking about game winners is any go-ahead basket within the last 2 minutes. Everybody and their mama know a game winner is supposed to be at the end of the game, freaking possession. Y'all know that. They changed the format.
I think it's making the right play.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The only reason why people hate so hard on LeBron James is because he's in a class with Jordan for greatest. Because we can have this talk and this discussion and this debate.
Hold on. In the class with Jordan?
Y'all have not hated on.
Y'all crazy.
Finsanity. What school did you go to? You mean to tell me, Finsanity, if the person next to you getting straight A's on the test and you around here rocking out 40%, that y'all in the same class?
40%? You crazy.
No, you ain't going to the same college as that 100%er.
Analysts are out here trying to debate if LeBron James is the GOAT. And there's some people who say he is, there's some people who don't say they're not. There's people here who would say it. It's an argument. It's a fact that we can have a debate about it. It's why y'all hate him.
It's not even a debate.
That's why y'all
Hold on, EM, is it a debate whether Jordan or LeBron greatest of all time? Is it truly a debate?
Well, let me say this. Listen, hang on. Okay, it's not a debate, but you can have the conversation.
It's a debate.
You can have a conversation, but it's
I'm having a conversation with y'all now. Anybody can have a conversation.
He's the second best. He's the second best player, bro, of all time.
Okay, all right, give him second best. He ain't first. He ain't even close.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody. I didn't say that.
LeBron James is the GOAT.
No, these Lebroneers think that he is.
I'm sorry, Sandy. I got number respect for LeBron James, but he ain't the GOAT.
Can I tell you something? And I'm sorry. You know what it really is? You know what it really is? It's the fact that his shoes done got y'all some of the flyest girls out here. Y'all all done worn them, spent the hundreds of dollars on the shoes. Y'all gotta respect the man. All the gear y'all done invested in this man. Y'all done helped this man become a billionaire. So you gotta ride out with your investment. I'm sorry.
Sanity, you ever bought some LeBrons?
Yes, I have. I have
bought LeBrons.
I
You a
Lebroneer.
You a Lebroneer.
I love LeBrons. Now ask me if I ever paid for a pair of Jordans. Nope.
Man, I just got to call it how I see it. When the rubber met the road and the heat, you were in the middle of the battle, and you had to be competitive. Your team had to be competitive. Kobe was the guy that had the killer instinct that welcomed that. LeBron doesn't. He just he started to. Kobe. But Kobe, it was in his DNA, man. Like, it's not even.
There's been too many times there's been too many times LeBron was just another player on the court in the biggest moments.
No, Kobe's clutchness is vastly overrated.
Kobe, no. Kobe.
The reason why Jordan fans don't argue about Kobe is because they say his name mirrored Jordan's too much. So that ends the argument right there.
Where was that clutch gene? Where was that clutch gene when he had arguably one of the dream team when they played Detroit? Where was this clutch gene then when they got beat in five games?
Yeah, bro.
Was that clutch? Okay.
That was a highly competitive. That team starting five was ridiculous, bro. You had Ben Wallace in the paint at center. That was
ridiculous.
Everything that Dennis Rodman gave you. Then you had.
They had one all-star player. They had one all-star player, and that was Ben Wallace.
In the playoffs, I mean, bro, that team.
They had one all-star. They had one all-star player. They had one all-star player in Ben Wallace, and that dude, he didn't even a chip jump.
A power forward hitting 3-pointers whenever he
past his prime.
They had Sheed, they had Ben, they had Tayshaun, Rip, and
past his prime. And also, let me throw this out there as well. That Detroit team beat that stacked LA team, the quote-unquote dream team, destroyed them. The Spurs come back the very next year and beat them in 7 games. So there you go. I'm gonna drop the mic on that. I just want to throw that out there.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna put it like this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen. LeBron James.
Spurs up, baby.
You got a donation, TD.
LeBron James. I'm reading a second. LeBron James tried to be the GOAT, but couldn't live up to the number 23.
Oh,
so then he had to switch to number 6.
That's not the case.
So he could try to finally get some W's because he couldn't live up to the number 23.
No, Pat Riley retired number 23.
Yeah, because Pat Riley knew what was best. He ain't gonna win in Jordan's number. Let's go ahead and make sure that he can.
Pump out of here.
And that's another thing. You can't be the GOAT if you win the GOAT number.
Hold on, wait. This conversation was off track the minute y'all started comparing Kobe and MJ. But I'm sorry, MJ and LeBron. Once y'all started comparing LeBron and Kobe, that's more relevant. You can compare them. You can.
Kobe won back to back without a superstar.
To MJ, he's not on that level. He's just not.
They want him to be so bad. See, this is the new generation. When they lock on to somebody, they want him to be a GOAT so bad. There's a reason why
Pat Riley just said LeBron has the key. He would get a golden key at his door.
Exactly.
Kobe's right there with LeBron. I don't care what y'all say.
No, it ain't close to me.
And that's not even.
I got more respect. I got more respect for Dwayne Wade than LeBron James.
You know that's an unbiased take, bro. If it was I would not give Kobe any love if I hated the Lakers that much, bro. I'm telling you, you cannot debate about the number 2 spot without mentioning Kobe. One is Jordan. He's all by himself. It's him, and he's all by himself, and nobody can touch Jordan. But when you go to 2, bro, Kobe, you can put Kobe right there with LeBron.
No.
Yeah, and how many finals MVP? Because he probably had arguably one of the most dominant centers ever. And then he had to go out and get another center.
Who was that?
Kobe. Well, Powell was a 4, right? Powell was a 4.
Read the screen. Read the screen, Cincinnati. I mean,
Miami had 4 first ballot Hall of Fame. 4. Let me think about this.
Yeah, think about it. Ray Allen. Don't forget Ray Allen. Don't forget Ray Allen.
That was the second
4.
one.
Yes, it was 4.
That was the 4.
And keep in mind. Check this out. They had 4 first ballot Hall of Famers, right? Mm-hmm. That 3 of them in their prime. Mm-hmm. And it took them a lucky shot.
One of them was still shooting in his prime.
Hang on. It took a lucky shot in a game 7 for them to beat the Spurs. Right?
You only do that for the Spurs, EM. You got a good point. EM, but you only want to show that with the Spurs.
It took a lucky 3-point shot for them to beat the Spurs, and then they got beat in 5 games the very next year.
I have a question.
With 4 first ballot Hall of Fame.
Y'all up in game 6? Remember that was game 7.
If Kawhi Leonard hit those free throws, if Kawhi Leonard,
the game's right, it wasn't game 7. I'm just saying you had another chance afterward to redeem yourself. And what happened?
If Kawhi Leonard hits those free throws in game 6, just like what happened to Paul George the other night,
true.
The Spurs win. They don't even go 7 games.
Exactly. I had to bring that point up to you.
But how many first ballot Hall of Famers did the Spurs have though?
They got let me say I love me some. Well, obviously it's Tim Duncan, but I love me some Tony Parker. I love me some Manu Ginobili. But can you definitively say that they are a lock to be a? Hang on. Can you definitively say that they are a lock to make it on the first try? Can you really say that?
Manu Ginobili, yes.
No,
Tony Parker too, bro. They going first ballot.
I would say so. Parker. I would say Parker more than Ginobili because Parker has a Finals MVP on his resume.
Ginobili carried that team in a lot of cases in big games, man.
I'm not taking up. I love them both, but I cannot say, because again, you have to consider, again, like I said, their resumes, how they stack up with their peers, in their respective eras.
They'll all be first ballot Hall of Famers just because that was a nucleus together.
Well, and Duncan already got in on the first try.
And that was somewhat, but that was somewhat of a dynasty, though. When you think about it,
it was a dynasty.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What? No, there's no doubt. When
Kawhi came on the scene, they were still there with Tony and Manu.
They were past their prime. Their prime, but
all 4 of them guys going in the Hall of Fame.
But Kawhi wasn't a Hall of Famer at that point.
But I'm just saying, well, that's just like the whole Harden and Westbrook thing, man. He still had it in him.
Duncan is the only Duncan in terms of like, and again, that's why
because I remember young Kawhi, he wasn't playing a major role, but he would knock down those shots, man.
And he would defend.
Kawhi. He would defend and knock down shots.
He assumed that Bruce Bowen role when they got rid of Bruce Bowen.
Yeah. He wasn't off the dribble. At first, he wasn't an off the dribble guy. He wouldn't.
He had no handles.
He was a pick. He was a wide open handles.
Guy. He coming into the league, because I remember when they drafted him, when they drafted him out of San Diego State. People forget Kawhi was a power forward and played center at San Diego State, right?
Jesus.
So his skill level, he had and it's a credit to him to put the work in. Like when I watch Kawhi play now, and I remember him as a rookie coming in, and I remember the reports, about him early on. Man, that dude has put some work in to transform his game to the level that he has.
See, but that's what I had that conversation with you the other day, EM. That's why I respect players like Kawhi Leonard, Dwayne Wade, even Rajon Rondo. I respect those guys because remember when they came in, they were the nobodies. They came in with some really good classes, and these guys actually made names for themselves. They didn't come in getting the superstar calls and all the favoritism. They actually had to earn it, and I love players like that, man. But not the LeBrons where if you coughed on him his rookie year, you get technically and sent out of the league.
Man, listen, I gotta bring my friend Anthony, and he's a Spurs fan. I remember after that finals where we beat y'all, I told him, I said Kawhi, I said he's gonna end up being great. I said one day he'll be in the MVP discussion, and he said you're crazy. And still to this day, he'll hit me up and be like, "You called that." Did you wanna know why? Because Finsanity knows greatness when she sees it.
Oh Lord! Well, you better know that
and LeBron James is great, huh?
You better know the Clippers gonna win this series then and stop playing.
What? I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, you want to know why? I'm sorry, Em.
No, go ahead.
If there was a shadow of if I could think that Kawhi would play through his injury, I would be like, yeah. But he's shown time and time again he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do
it. And I think that's the only knock on Kawhi Leonard is that, and I think that's what fundamentally I think that was a problem between him and Greg Popovich is because, when you see Duncan with a bum shoulder, with a bum knee, with bad feet, Duncan is out on the court. If his feet are not falling off or his shoulder is not, hanging off the bone, his arm is not hanging off his bone or whatever, They're out there playing. Parker, you seen him do it. Ginobili. Kawhi would never do that. And I'm not calling the man soft.
The mentality of the league has changed when it comes to injuries. It's about
you don't see that
long-term
because
success.
they still getting paid.
Yeah.
Is Kawhi the version of Xavier Howard?
Goodbye.
No, I'm saying with injuries and but ability.
Goodbye.
No.
Goodbye. I'm not even entertaining that. Ian, please do not entertain that nonsense.
No, that wasn't a dig or anything. I'm just saying it's starting to feel like that, like one of your best guys has injury issues a lot, but when they don't, they're actually balling out, and it's like,
Didn't he play through it last season?
Who?
X.
Yeah, he wasn't completely healthy the first half of the season.
No, I think he was healthy. He was just getting his footing back under him, getting back to form. That's just like
the injury in the Jacksonville game.
He did.
I don't know about that.
Week.
I don't know about that. I think he just had a. I just think he had a sprained big toe. He had a sprained big toe.
Off that interception at the end of the game.
Hey, listen, man. My wife calling me now because she out of town. She in Texas, and that's why I couldn't go live yesterday. I forgot I had to take it to the airport and everything. But I'm gonna have to answer this call because I am an hour late from doing what I'm already had scheduled today. Thanks to y'all. But listen, these are the conversations we're gonna start having on TD Sports Talk, man. I'm gonna have to start going live because I didn't know y'all knew basketball. Well, you don't know it, but I didn't know you could argue invalid points so well. But anyway. I'm gonna catch y'all later, man. This is Miami Sports Music Clock Blockers. Listen, man, TD's takeover is officially over. I gave y'all a great show, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, and thank you for all those who came on early in the morning to help out, and all those who really weren't wanted like EM but helped out as well. So
thank you,
and Finsanity, thanks for waking up and being wrong every morning about your basketball predictions. And Estefan, thank you for being on time 2 days out of 10. All right.
Sun's on Saturday. That's what I'm going with.
You'll see. Time will tell. What's up, Esteban?
Right,
Yeah. I was gonna say, man. What about combat sports, bro? On your channel, bro. Yeah, like combat, MMA. Like boxing, MMA.
Oh yeah, all of it. Everything goes. Everything goes.
Right now, international soccer's hot, bro. Europe's having their championship.
I love soccer.
South America's got theirs. They're about to go to the knockout round, and then North America is going to have their.
I'm versed on everything except I'm versed on everything except baseball and hockey, and I'll let y'all talk.
Well, you got Olympics coming up too. So
TD, just a word of advice. If you're gonna talk boxing on
listen, you don't want those.
Don't let Esteban get on there. Don't let him get on there. I'm telling you, bro. He will get on your. He will, bro. He gets on my everlasting nerves trying to talk boxing, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Man, we gonna keep this conversation going. I have to go. I gotta answer the wife's call, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We gonna keep it rolling. Y'all good, man.
Canelo
Peace. We out, y'all.